I grew up a lot of my life by myself and had to learn things from people, and I learned from the wrong people. So for me, if I don't want my kids to turn out the way I did and learn from the wrong people, who better
be the right person?
I got to be the right person to teach them.
What up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to One-on-One with Juan. Of course, I'm your host, Juan. And this little segment here is about just doing quick little conversations, chop-up sessions with people that come on here, 7 to 10 minutes. Just try to get into something really quick and have some conversation about things that hopefully are relatable, just human experiences, man. We're just trying to talk about human stuff and to bring some relatability to ourselves, to amongst each other, and hopefully to maybe have somebody out there say me too as well. Tonight I got my good friend Lorenzo on with us. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. So Lorenzo is one of my very, very good friends. I've known him for quite a while. We're close, and our relationship has evolved over the years that we've known each other, and become a very cherished friendship and a relationship of mine, man. Leading up into this segment, the conversation we're about to have, I said, so what do you want to talk about? And you were like, man, I don't know. And then you figured it out, and I said, okay, hold on. That's what. And then we went straight to it.
Straight to it.
So without me really understanding or even hearing what you were going into, I just want to hear what's on your heart, man. Like, what was that going to be? Like, what is our one-on-one going to be like? What do you feel like you want to talk about?
So originally, right offhand, the first thing I thought about was my accomplishments. And to me, one of my biggest accomplishments today is being a present and a productive father. Something I've always wanted to be, something I always claimed to be. But it's a lot different today than it's ever been. I've been able to turn my relationship with my kids around completely. I wasn't present for a lot of them. Big gaps.
Why not? Why would you say you weren't present?
Just because my lifestyle, in and out of recovery, in and out of, prison.
What would you say kept you away from being a present parent in recovery?
In recovery?
Because we know what keeps us away from our kids when we're not in recovery, right?
Well, while I was in recovery, I really was just, I was focusing a lot on me. Obviously, I was taking advantage of a lot of the opportunities, living a different lifestyle, like enjoying things that I never got to sober. A lot of the unity, I dove into like a lot of group activities, therapy.
Helping other people.
Yeah, honestly, up until recently, I would drop everything I was doing, including spending time with my kids, to help people. Somebody called and I came, Yeah, I came
Cape
running.
in the wind, right?
Yeah, cape in the wind, gassed the car up and was like, where you at? What you need? Where we going?
Which is great, right?
Yeah, it can be.
Right.
I mean, but it can also not be.
Right. Yeah. So if, I think it's important, like for you, right? Like the suggestion is always like, we should always help people. We shouldn't turn our back to people. But I think involved in there, and we've had conversations where it's like, well, is that at the cost of me being present? And if I'm going to help other people, but I can't help my family or my home, then, what's happening there? You know what I mean? So, I think sometimes we get in a rhythm where, we're out trying to save the world and we don't know how to save our homes. Yeah. Right? But saving the world feels a lot better than saving our homes, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not always fun. Nobody really knows what we're doing at home.
Nah.
And our kids aren't saying, man, you're a good guy.
Good guy.
You know what I mean? Thank you.
No, they're not.
They're saying, feed me.
Feed me. Give me, I want.
But you found a way to now you're at a point, though, you said your accomplishments, and you said parent, if we're to claim any accomplishment, if there's one that seems right size, it's I'm a good parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how's it look like for you right now being a parent?
It looks really good. In recovery. So I just got my own place a couple months ago. It's probably the most I put into a home in a long time. It's basically for me and my kids, man, all the way. It's not a flop house. It's not a recovery house. It's not somewhere where my people can just hang out and just get away and come talk. It's literally for my family. It's very homey. My kids have their own room. I have my own room. We have toys everywhere. You know, I take pride in being able to, like, you know, be able to what's the word I'm trying to got stuck. Be able to provide the way I should be. You know, I'm not saying they have everything in the world, but they have everything they need. You know, my kids are very comfortable, and you know, when they come home, I'm there. We have a good routine now. I mean, from the moment we wake up, my son Jackson lives with me full time. Jaren's there a lot of the times. But from the time I wake up, you know, I'm getting Jackson ready. I'm getting ready. We take him to grandma's house. I do my things in the morning, and then I pick him up and we come back and we eat, we play, we watch TV. It's a lot different now. On the weekends, we spend a lot of time together. You know, even now when I do go do things with groups, my kids are involved. And if they're not, I pass up on them.
Right.
It's good to be able to do things, and you know, the people I bring around them even matters to me today. I don't just bring anybody around them. So it's definitely a lot different in my home as far as it comes to with my kids. You know, I mean, it feels good. It feels good. It's different. I love it. I take pride in it. I'm really trying to focus on that more than anything right now.
Yeah, which is like, this has been, for me and you, like a conversation we've been having for quite a while. You know what I mean? Like, how do we get to this point, you know? Which honestly, like, we've been having this conversation for, this in particular for about a year now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like this past month especially, like you've been doing really good progressively, right? For sure. But this past month, man, you've just stepped in, right? Yeah. And what I think is important too, though, is because there was a curve in there where it was uncomfortable, or at least, you know, I that's what I took from it, you know? But now I think, you know, what's it been like for you to like go through that process and know, like, I need to do this, and to the point where you're at now, where you're feeling the value inherently inside of yourself, you know? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was definitely hard at first because, you know, when I got my son back full time, you know, when he was first born, I had help. And, you know, I moved in with my mom for a little bit, a lot of help. It's funny because she made a joke thinking about it, like, you know, she was helping me raise my son, when honestly it was the opposite. I was helping her raise my son. She was raising him and I was helping. Right. Oof. Yeah.
That's a real thing.
For real. You know, now when I first got him back in my own home full time, it was hard trying to, I mean, I just finished school. I'm working on getting a lot of things in my life established, the house put together completely. Just everyday life is different and it's very fast paced. So doing this with a 1-year-old is not always easy. Right. I have to stop a lot of times for him, you know, just out of nowhere. If he's in a mood, changing diapers, he's hungry, whatever. It's just, you just never know what he's gonna bring. You know, at any given time. It's a lot, and it was very overwhelming. It was very frustrating. There's times where I'm like, man, is this really what I want?
Isn't it crazy, man? Like hearing you say that, like there were times in my life where, like, obviously I wanted to be a present and a good father, right? Yeah. And every time I got into the position, like it was almost like a negotiation though, like, but I want help, right? And so like I never could fully step into it because I was like, in many ways, I was upset because I didn't get the help that I thought I wanted when I thought I needed it. But the truth is, when I stopped fighting that and I just like was like, you know what, this is mine, right? This is mine to hold. Totally, like the relief came immediately, right? For me, you know, do you feel like, because obviously you have support and you have help, but something, and you always have had that, but something changed. Like what changed for you where it was like, it's no longer a difficult thing for you to accept? Like being there when he has a mood, like what changed?
It's hard to say exactly. I guess after a while, just it became a routine. Obviously, when it became routine, it got easier. But just seeing, just being able to experience the outcome and like the things that come with it. He's such a great little boy. And even Jaren, like when he's over now, like doing things with them, little things that they, like for one, like I've never really known how to model being a good father. That has a lot to do with it. And now that I am modeling being a good father, I was always trying to be their friend. Not their father. So it's almost like do what you want and have a good time. You get to throwing stuff, I'm throwing it with you. Yeah. But now just being able to like just see their little personalities form, and especially when they have a lot of similarities to me now that I'm proud of. That is a really good feeling in itself. But sometimes just seeing how kids are, they're so innocent. And they have no worries. They're carefree and they don't care what's going on. And he'll just get up and start dancing, acting goofy. Yeah. And it's almost like obviously something I struggle with here, like my image and like doing for people for a certain reason. And it's almost like he models to me.
Man,
he's modeling to me what it is to be like
that crazy,
carefree, no worries. And even when things are difficult and he can't get something on his own, he gets frustrated, but he continues to try. And then the joy on his face when he succeeds. It's really the same thing. When you look at it from a different lens, being a child and being a father, that's a give-take relationship, man, that I've never really had the opportunity to be a part of.
Man, that's crazy, dude. That's a whole word. You said you're learning, like we're supposed to teach our kids, right? Yeah. We're supposed to model for them, show them, parent them, provide. But the truth is, like the greatest lessons I can learn about being a human and a good, authentic, transparent, honest person, like is right in front of me.
Right in front.
Right? Yeah. And my kids.
Yeah.
Man, that's a whole word.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
It's really cool though, because like, and honestly, you touch on how good of friends we are and stuff. And like, honestly, I just had this conversation with somebody else. It's funny, this came up that people like you and other people too, like that model to me what a good father looks like, and seeing the outcome that you guys are getting. It's no different than seeing something that from somebody I want, something from somebody that I want in recovery. And modeling the same thing. So it's something I've also been really doing. I've been really trying to focus on people I see that are getting the benefits of being a father and, and really trying to learn from that. And I feel like that was a big shift too,
Yeah. Which is important, man. We talk about that a lot too, though. Everything that I do, especially, there's the intention that I remember I needed somebody to show me.
Yeah.
And I wish that there was things that I could see how people handled it, or how they did it or how they were set up. Like there were times where I didn't get what I felt like could have helped me. And now I think about it and you're the same way, right? Like when people are around, it's like, well, I want to make sure I'm showing them, and my actions are intentional to say, hey man, you can do this and you can have this, because the people in our community struggle with a lot of these things, So it's important to say, I know how to do this. Somebody taught me how to do this, and I want you to see how it is, not just tell you, but I want to give you access to witnessing what it's like, because the rest of the world might not understand that. You know what I mean? They might not get it. They might not get that, like, we have a hard time with these things that the rest of the world's like, oh, well, that you're just supposed to do that. For us, we're a little bit different that way. Yeah. So watching you do certain things, I'm like, oh, that boy's teaching without saying nothing right now. Yeah. I see it. Right? I see you.
Yeah, they definitely teach you patience. Right off rip.
Yeah.
And he also teaches me how to have fun at home alone without people, man. Just sitting at home has just been fun lately.
Yeah, Jason's wild.
Yeah, he's wild, man. And I'm one of the people, I don't really sit at home too often. I always have to be on the move, gone, doing something.
But you've been doing better.
I've been doing a lot better.
Yeah, really good.
I've been staying home a lot more, and I've been sitting still a lot more. Yeah. And it's almost like, for me, something really hard for me is to sit by myself. Okay? Yeah. So now I'm looking at it, it's almost like sitting by myself with training wheels.
Yeah, come on.
Because I have Jason there with me, and, we might be watching a movie. It happened yesterday. We were laying down watching a movie, he falls asleep pretty quick, and I'm stuck there by myself. Yeah. I can't leave him.
Because you got him.
Because I got him. He's sleeping, so I'm by myself.
So you might wake him up.
I be thinking
get too uncomfortable when you wake him up.
Yeah, but no, it definitely gives me the opportunity to sit by myself sit at home and just sit still sometimes. I'm always on the move, and I complain because I'm so overwhelmed and busy.
Yeah.
No, you know, but he allows me to like not use that excuse and just chill.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So that's also.
So, man, I do feel like we're about to wrap it up really quick here, but, you know, was that like a conscious choice for you, though? Do you feel like there was a moment or a time, you know, we talk about the educational variety of spiritual experience in the program that we work recently, you know, was it a choice that you made over a gradual period of time, or did you say in your head at one point, like, you know what, I want to be this, or I want to do that as a father? Did you like make a conscious choice?
I feel like originally, I made a choice and it's always something I wanted to be, but I never really put forth the effort to do that. Mm-hmm. So I would look at it more or less over time with a lot of practice, a lot of, you know, guidance. Mm-hmm. It took me a little bit. So I definitely say over time. I didn't get this way overnight. You know, I have a few kids with a lot of practice, and you know, I'm just now getting there. Yeah. And you know, he'll be 2 at the end of May. Right. And you know, even though I've been there majority, you know, most of the time, but I'm just now getting there. Right. Just now getting to the place to where I feel like, man, I'm doing it.
So for the person that has not quite got there, that's probably wearing the weight of what I know both of us experience, which is I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, like that shame or that guilt, you know, for the person that's not quite to that point, or the person that's at the point that you're at, like, what do you feel like, what words of advice or guidance or suggestions would you give somebody that wants to be a present parent, but maybe isn't quite ready or doesn't know if they can, or is struggling with what they're dealing with right now?
Words of advice. Honestly, man, this patience has a lot to do with it, man. For me, like, I had to really learn to be patient because it gets hard and it gets overwhelming and it is a struggle. Mm-hmm. But when I really worked on my patience and like just accepting the fact that they're young, innocent, and like, you know, by no means, like what would they be without us? You know, like, honestly, I look at myself, you know, I don't like to blame this on anybody, but I grew up a lot of my life by myself and had to learn things from people, and I learned from the wrong people. Mm-hmm. So for me, if I don't want my kids to turn out the way I did and learn from the wrong people,
you gotta be the right person.
I gotta be the right person to teach them. And that's something, like I said, I learned from you, man. You know, I want to be able to like take all my hardships and my struggles and like put them to some use. Yeah. And like, so to prevent my kids from not having to like go through the same thing. Yeah. And, you know, and I know now I can prevent that. I have the opportunity to
the best of your ability.
To the best of my ability. Not saying it's going to be an easy road for them, but I definitely have the opportunity to make a really huge impact on how my kids learn and grow up.
Make beautiful things out of all the ugly things.
For sure.
So, man, I appreciate you coming on, bro. I appreciate you chopping it up on some real things, dude. You know, being a parent, the struggle with it. First of all, you know, I want to talk to all the listeners out there before we wrap up. Something really quick. I was just thinking about it as you were saying what he was saying about patience, right? For me, patience has always come as a sacrifice almost, right? Like, I earn patience the hard way, and I don't always like put into the equation that patience and promise should be together, right? That my sacrifice isn't me losing something, right? There's a reason why I'm making the choice for the sacrifice, and that's my promise, right? My abundance, what's going to happen on the other side. And, you know, people say like, if you're praying for patience, or you're going to get a reason to be patient, right? So for me, it's like, if you're praying for patience, understand you're also praying for promise. So I hope that you guys are including that the patience that you're going to welcome into your life, you're also going to be welcoming promise to partner with that, because it's going to create a whole nother level of goodness. And if you're like me, you're not going to feel like you're losing something that you don't want to give up. Yeah. You know, sacrifice is a real privilege and always something that I'm doing so I can have more. And something good. And that's the way that I see it, man. That's the way I see it. Right. So I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
To all you guys out there, man, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking us out and continuing to follow us. If you can, please go to the comment section. I love the idea of us starting conversations in the comments of these segments. Discuss your struggle with being a parent, or how you've come through the other side after losing your kids or not having a healthy relationship, how it looks for you now to have a relationship, or whatever it looks like, however you can relate, bring that conversation here. Comment in the comment sections. I'll tag Lorenzo. We'll just have a conversation. We'll have some dialogue around it. You're not alone if you're out there and you're having this struggle. Both of us come from a position where we lost our kids, didn't have our kids, had to earn them back into our lives or figure out how to be parents. And if you need help, reach out to us, 419-561-LIFE. We want to hear from you. We want to guide you and do the best we can to serve and offer you support, man. We really appreciate you tuning in to One-on-One with Juan. Much love to everybody out there, and we'll see you next time.